Welcome, all you Capricorns, to your weekly energy update. And yes, this week, instead of doing a weekly energy update by each element, like fire signs, water signs, etc., Spirit wanted me to do a weekly energy update by each zodiac sign. Not sure if they're going to have me doing that going forward, but they do want me to do it this week, so I'm excited for that. This is going to be for April 24th through May 1st, but if you are coming across this video outside of that time frame, I would still trust your intuition and watch the video anyway, because I'm sure there are messages for you. But if you are watching it during this week, we do have this Taurus new moon that is coming on April 30th. And because Taurus is ruled by the beautiful planet of Venus, it's going to be this energy of restfulness, of self-love, of self-nurturing. So for this reading, we're going to be looking into just where that energy comes from, what that energy can be applied to in your life. So where can you use some rest? Where can you use some of that self-love and self-nurturing? Also, this week, I am having the May readings come out for each zodiac sign. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel already and want to be notified of when those become available, just make sure to subscribe and you'll get notified of that. We're going to start off pulling a card here from the Ask Your Guides Oracle. Just see what area of your life they would like you to know about. And just FYI, any of the cards that I use in the reading are listed in the description box below with links if you want to check any of those out. All right, so for our Capricorns, what would you like them to know for this upcoming week? Okay, they do want you to have that one right there. And you have balance, divine teachers. So evidently there is some balancing coming in here for you. And let's take a look and see, that is card number 36. So this energy is all about support, codependency, manipulation, and generosity. So you're in the delicate process of learning how to properly balance the flow of give and take in your personal relationships, and it's time to evaluate how you're doing. Are you giving too much, leaving you resentful and angry, or are you withholding when you could give more, leaving you feeling guilty and defensive? Your divine teachers can help you learn how to better align your relationships so that you neither give nor take too much as a means of controlling others. They counsel you to be honest about your motivations when dealing with others. You know in your heart of hearts what drives your interest in them. Do you give with a secret agenda of "you owe me"? Do you create dependency in and control over others with your kindness? Or do you withhold for fear that you might be taken advantage of, keeping people guessing about your motives and your intentions? Your divine teachers are on hand to help you answer these questions. They lovingly assure you that relationships are the most difficult of all spiritual classrooms, and the lessons of proper give and take are the most difficult of skills to learn. So have compassion for yourself as you seek balance with others. Ask your divine teachers to help you become more aware of how you give and receive in all relationships, not just the romantic kind. Their message to you: there's no difference between giving and receiving love. Ooh, that is very interesting, right? So I do feel like this, because this focus is on your rest, your self-love, your self-nurturing, this is really zeroing in on your giving to others. Really reminds me of the Six of Pentacles in the tarot, which is this, I call it the codependency awareness card, because it is this awareness of why you feel like you have to give and give and give and not receive back, and that it actually kind of scares us to receive from others, because we have this belief that is at our core that if we don't give, or we're not able to give to others, then why would they want to be around us? They'll just go somewhere else. because if we receive, that means we're not giving. And so there's this awareness that comes in that for you this week. We'll see what else comes out here for you too. We're also going to pull from this Power of Surrender deck and see what else the Creator wants you to know. But yeah, there's this awareness of the codependency that we have, zeroing in kind of on the enabler side of that we give and we give and we give until we're resentful, until we're exhausted, right? So what else for Capricorns? What else do you want them to know about this coming week? Nope, none of those, they said. Okay, that's the one right there. Yep, surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So there is this balancing coming in too, and I love that. Giving others. So if you want to give something to others, you can give them the gift of letting them be right. You don't have to have this battle that's going on with that as well. There is a card that is jumping out to me too, and it's the Five of Swords, which is all about the need to be right, about this transformation that happens where we feel we have to prove that our small t truths of our human are more true than the small t truths of someone else as well. And that we expand and we understand that, what do we really want? Getting true with what we really want in our relationships. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but, they do have this equalization here, our relationship status that's going on this week. And because you can win the battle of being right in the moment, but you lose the war and you lose that relationship. So it's like, what's most important to you? The equal give and take of love in a relationship, or is it being right? And I need to be the one giving, right? So there's this fluidity that's coming in here, this message for you. We're also going to pull from the Tarot of the Divine, see what else they would like you to know about this nurturing. And it's better for you because when we're talking about self-nurturing and self-love and rest, this battle, this constant feeling like you have to give and give and give till you get exhausted, right? This restfulness comes in, but also like this constant battling and bickering and needing to be right comes in as well, right? So let's see what else. For our Capricorns, what else would you like them to know about all this? Okay, they do want these two. What else? Oh, okay. These two and that one. All right. So these are your cards. Let me just get them into the screen here. And we'll start with this one. Yeah, the Eight of Cups. Cups are our emotions, and you can see here this is someone walking away from these emotions that no longer serve them. So, this imbalanced feeling, this need to always be right, it's something we come here to experience, because we don't experience that chaotic, fearing feeling on the other side. We allow people to experience what they want to experience, and we have no needs on the other side, and so we just fill up with love and it flows out, right? Well, this is about you're tired, you've learned that these emotions that you were feeling before, they weren't fulfilling for you anymore because they still left you feeling empty. It's like all these cups are empty. You just didn't feel anything from it, this completeness that you were looking for. So you're on this adventure. It's like, this is almost like the Hermit adventure, which the Hermit, it would be the 9 in the major arcana. You're ready to head off in this direction. And the moon energy here is about this intuition, going into the unknown, going into these new emotions, this new area of your life, which I love. Yeah, because you have the Eight of Swords. So there is this message about the eights are all about like knowledge and growth, moving to the next level. And that's what you're moving to the next level in your emotions. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations, your mental belief system. And you're ready, you're realizing that it's been these old these old thoughts and these old beliefs. I'm laughing because it's like this, with everything we were talking about, this need to be right. It's like you realize that you've been a donkey. Your thoughts and beliefs were what were making you think that you had to do this and be a donkey. That's one word for it, right? And so this is you moving beyond, realizing that it's been your thoughts and beliefs that were making you feel blinded and bound and restricted. But because you're realizing these thoughts and these beliefs, you're expanding beyond that. So this is beautiful. Yes, and then you have the 9 of Pentacles. So here we do move into the 9s. Pentacles, coins, this is about your worth and your abundant feeling. And the 9 of coins, like I talked about with the Hermit, the 9 is about you're finding this worth and this wholeness and this completeness from within. You're in the garden by yourself. You're not looking at having that from everyone else. So you're in this beautiful place. You do have your feathered friends, which is your divine teachers, your guardian angels and spirit guides and loved ones on the other side, ancestors, the spirit realm. They're with you in this internal search, helping you understand where your worth stands and what you really want out of life too. So that's beautiful coming in here for you. And the 4 of Wands. So yeah, Wands is your drive, ambition, your inspiration, your passion, your energy, like in your spiritual energy. And the 4s are very solid numbers. Think of like a table with 4 huge legs on it. It's a very solid foundation. So this energy that you have in your life, it's becoming a very joyful, stable feeling because of this. So this balancing that you're having, this is saying that yes, your energy is being balanced this week because of this awareness that you're having, because of this surrendering of the need to be right, and understanding the 2 sides of your giving and receiving, that you're like, wow, all this energy I've been investing into battling and to trying to give, it's coming back to you. And so your energy stabilizing because of it. And then you have the Hanged Man. And this is great because this is all about seeing things from a higher perspective, from a different perspective. And we have been talking about this whole time, right? Because as you realize, like in this codependency, when you go into a relationship, you start off like 2 adults, right? You allow them to give to you, and you are, of course, probably overgiving a little bit in the beginning, but you're allowing them to give to you. But that doesn't last long when you have this need to be right and this need to be the giver in the relationship, because that becomes the enabler, right? So it changes from adult to mama bird, daddy bird, and baby bird, and you stop letting them give to you because, again, that makes you feel fearful, right? And so you're like, no, mama bird and daddy bird gives to baby bird. I give and give and give and give. And like we talk about, you give until you're exhausted and you give until you're resentful. And that's where you end up in that codependent relationship, exhausted. And the little baby bird wants to give, but if we won't allow them to give to us, they'll give somewhere else. And we'll even resent that they're giving somewhere else. But you're not giving to me, but you won't let me give to you. I don't care. Don't give to anyone else. But that's not fair, to an individual. Like it talked about in here, giving and receiving love is the same, because people, you know how wonderful you feel when you give. Well, other people want to feel that too. And if we don't allow them to give to us, then they will pour themselves into their job and become workaholics, or pour themselves into their friends, a hobby, working out, or even other relationships. Like, if it's a romantic relationship, if we don't allow them to give to us, they'll give to someone else, and that's what usually ends up. And so there's this beautiful balancing of energy that's coming in here for you, which is great, because this is going to free you up. And all that energy, like I said, that you're over-giving and over-battling to always be right, that's changing. We're also going to pull from this Celebration of Love Oracle. Let's see what else they want you to know. This is very freeing energy. It's this finding this wholeness and this completeness from within. It's moving to the next level in your thoughts and your emotions too, which is fantastic. So for our Capricorns, what else do you want them to know? Actually, they want this one right here. Yep, loyalty, time travelers. Yep, this loyalty, I really feel this is about being loyal to yourself, because everyone is a mirror reflecting back to us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. And so I kind of feel like this sonar energy of a dolphin. You know, they squeal and it goes out and it vibrates back. And so what they're getting back is what they're seeing. And so there's this, again, this mirror kind of feel to this on here, that being loyal to yourself first, because what you're looking for in someone else is what you are wanting to find in yourself, right? They're bringing it back to me this, I think it was The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. And it asked in the book somewhere, so spoiler alert if you're going to read that book, but it says, you know, what is it that you look for in another individual, whether romantic or a relationship of any kind? And then you pause and it has you think about it. And for me, mine was like, you know, I felt betrayed in a lot of my relationships. Again, this loyalty is really speaking loudly. And I was like, well, I want someone who respects me, because I felt disrespected by some relationships because they went outside the relationship because I was a major enabler. And then also others didn't speak to me. They like spoke down to me and really spoke to me in ways that I did not appreciate, that was not respectful. And so then I read on in the book and it says, well, what you're looking for in someone else, you need to find in yourself. And I was not ready to hear it. And so that book went flying across the room till I calmed down, and then I went and read it and I'm like, okay, you know what? They're right. Because I would give up myself and what I wanted in relationships and try to be who I thought the other person wanted me to be. And that was not respectful to myself. I'd abandon all my friends when I'd go into a romantic relationship. And that was not respecting myself either. And so I was like, oh my gosh, it's right. I was not respecting myself. And so there's this beautiful mirror that comes in with all of that. Let's see what else it says here in the book. This image celebrates the bond of family and friendship through thick and thin. It calls us to honor and show these people our appreciation and gratitude, even if it is in the form of a loving prayer sent from the heart. Do something special for a friend or a family member. Make it a surprise or let it be anonymous. The most important part is that that it is done with pure loving energy from the heart. Because the special message for this card, a situation needs to be made right in your family, your close circle of friends, or with a certain person. Go within and ask for guidance for the highest and best resolve. Act on the inspiration you get and return the situation to the divine harmony it really is. So I love that. You know, this time traveling that it's talking about is you going back and looking at a situation, understanding what you were wanting to see about yourself in that situation. You know, what was it? Like in mine, like I was talking about, I felt betrayed, and because they were going outside the relationship. I'm like, oh, well, I was betraying myself by going outside of myself for my worth, right? I'll say that again. I was betraying myself. I was cheating on myself with these relationships because I was looking for them to define me and who I was, instead of giving myself what I was looking for first. And that's this message too of balancing, is you realize that in looking outside of yourself for what you're searching for, you are looking in the wrong place, because we are the only ones that can truly love ourselves to the extent that we want to be loved. We're the only human that can do that. We find that beautiful love, that unconditional love from within us, from our higher self and all those beings on the other side, which also jumps out to me here because, and it talked about celebration. The Three of Cups is the celebrations card, which usually shows three characters, partying with three cups. For me, that is a special message from our spirit realm, from our posse of beings of support on the other side, those beings of unconditional love and light, bringing us the love we've been searching for all along. And that's the big balancer. When you come to this temperance, the temperance card usually has the scales on it. One side is the emotions and experience we get from the physical human side that is so ruled by conditional love and fear. And the other is the realm of unconditional love. And we learn to balance this experience that we're having by connecting to this beautiful love within us. And then we fill up with unconditional love. People get the overflow. We don't give them our life essence. We give them the overflow in a relationship of any kind. But we don't leave ourselves feeling exhausted and, resentful, like I was talking about in that codependent relationships, because we're not giving of our life essence anymore. We're not this barrel where everyone's plugged in and we're giving everything else first and we never feel whole. We disconnect all that, those pipelines into our giant barrel of love that we are. We get to fill up, and then it overflows, and people get the overflow of that beautiful unconditional love that's filling us up and overflowing. And just one little drop of that overflow tastes so much more delicious. It's honey, it's nectar, it's so sweet compared to the bitter, sour, love that we give, that conditional love full of so many expectations. That is sour and bitter compared to that unconditional love that we give. So I really feel like that's the message that's unfolding here for you with that. Then your final messages are going to come from these divine directions cards. We're just going to see what the final message is that the Creator has for all you Capricorns for this week. Okay, that one. Any others? Okay, that went to that one and that one. Okay. So you get to 5. Okay. So let's take a look here. Let's just gather all these together. And your first one is abundance. Great news is heading your way. Abundance is coming to you in many forms. This 9 of coins is what we were talking about with that. When you fill up from this abundance from within, that you truly feel abundant, you feel stable, whereas the outside stuff makes you feel unstable. When you define yourself by relationships or situations or by things, like your body, your possessions, your bank account, you feel unstable because people change or pass away, situations never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, or are stolen. So when we're looking outside of ourselves for those things, that's when we feel unstable. But this beautiful abundance we find from within, with that love, that is stable, that is eternal, that is unconditional, no conditions, right? Yep, trust. Trust in your intuition, in what you are feeling, you're sensing, you're seeing, or you're experiencing. Yes, so definitely connecting to this higher connection, this higher support team that you have. Ask them for clarity. Trust your heart, trust your intuition, not your mind, not these swords, right? And unlock your creative side with dance, music, art, or writing. Express yourself. Yeah, this fear of not being who you feel you are on the inside, all these supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's, all these swords that have been making you feel, restricted and bound and blinded. Now with this freedom that you have with this, you get to use all that energy that you've been using to try to give and overgive and try to be right, to create and to express yourself. Yeah. So guides, your spirit guides are there to help you communicate with your spirit guides today. That was them that I was talking about. So they're just saying, yep, that's what we meant. And then focus. You're in need of a clear direction. Decide what you want in life. So yeah, there's this clarity that's coming in, especially, all these swords that were making you bound and blinded and restricted, all those should be's and supposed to's and need to be's, they come with this, information of who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, supposed to, should. And it's time to stop shoulding on yourself, and you get to choose what you truly want, what makes your heart sing, what truly brings you joy. And you get to make this movement and this change in your life too, which is great. I love this transformation that's happening for you throughout this week. And they don't have anything else to add to that, so we're going to leave it there. But if you are looking for even more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each sign, which April's were already out, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, May's will be coming out this week. I also provide a few other types of videos throughout the month, so if you don't want to miss out on any of those messages and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, then also click the subscribe button. That'll give you access to this notification bell. And if you go in there, you can select the all option, and then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread love, because when you like a video, you share a video, you comment on a video, or you subscribe to a channel, any of those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy happy. It wants to share those videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is in the description box below. All right, all you Capricorns, as you go throughout this beautiful week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. You have an amazing week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.